built a good one, Ken.
Oh, I thank you.
Hey everybody, Paul here at Dream Guitars, having some fun with my buddy Ken Jones, who's not only a great builder, but a really good guy and somebody I've been lucky enough to know for years now. Living here in the Asheville area, the Western Mountains, and this is the first signature Heumiller, a baritone guitar by Mountain Song Guitars, aka Mr. Ken Jones. So we're here to introduce this baby to you, and that was some of the first notes I played on it, and it sure is great. Feels like home. This guitar was spec'd after the one that Ken built for me several years ago now. I've lost track of time, but
yeah, it's been like 7 or 8 years ago, believe it or not.
Okay, I don't believe it.
Yeah,
we're not that old.
No, can't be.
But we're going to, of course, get into the specs and why I chose certain things that I've chosen for baritone guitar. Design, which happened for me just by playing a bunch over the years, and being the head of Dream Guitars, I get a chance to play everything, and I just pay attention to what I think works and doesn't work. But it really sounds great. So let me just start by complimenting you. It sounds beautiful, and it's brand new. You know, as you all know, guitars when they're brand new always sound great, and that's a big testament to a maker, because it's day one. The guitar still has a lot of maturing to do, of course, but this one, as you can hear, I hope, is already speaking really well. It plays great, and it feels musical to me. The first thing I look for, I just had an interview this morning with a professor from a university about woods and guitars, and she asked me what people look for, and the first thing I said was really the energy. I think the body energy and the feel. I want to feel that an instrument's alive, and inspires me to touch it and play it. So that's first for me, and I've watched thousands of people try out guitars, and I think that that's really a first for many people, even if it's not conscious. I think, of course, tone. We all say tone, 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 which is totally true, but I actually think first it's energy. How does it feel? Does it feel like your musical mate? Does it make you want to play? And I think this one has that for sure. And all of Ken's guitars, he makes an Odalisque model too, you've seen here, and they all have this beautiful alive quality that I appreciate. So it's not easy to do, folks. And then of course the tone, and this one we'll go over the woods again in a minute, but it's got a really, of course, being a baritone, it should have a big fat sound, but it really does. I've played many baritones that still don't have that, where each individual string has some depth and beauty to it. And I hope you're hearing that in a little bit of that tune I played for you there. I'm in standard tuning, but it's tuned down to B here. So the whole thing about baritone guitar is it's essentially 2.5 frets longer in the string length. It has the same number of frets. Everything's just longer. So this is 28.5, right?
28 and 28.5. Yes.
Okay.
27 and a quarter to 28.5.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Right. So we've got a fan fret here, 27 and a quarter on the top string, 28.5 on the bass. And again, fan fret's one of the things that I love and have latched on to for my own music, and we incorporated into the signature Paul Heumiller model. But with 28.5, you're getting a low B that really holds up. It's not floppy. Exactly. And these are baritone gauge strings, 17 to 70 roughly.
16 to 70. Yeah.
16 to 70. So these are standard baritone gauge strings, which give you a lot of flexibility. And the other cool thing, just a side note about baritones, you capo and you can get closer to standard D and E pitches real quickly. So really versatile instruments. But let's talk about this one. So first of all, Ken, tell me what's it like to build a baritone versus a regular guitar? Is there any challenge?
More work.
More work?
A little bit.
Why so?
Well, I mean, it's just bigger for one thing. And the multiscale definitely complicates things a little bit. But I've built enough baritones, that it's not that much more work. But but yeah, just everything's a little bit bigger on them.
And Daryl Scott has one of your baritones.
He does.
Is that myrtle and cedar? Do I remember that right?
That one is maple and with a Carter redwood top.
Redwood, okay.
Yeah.
So I was totally wrong. So
singing
maple
tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a great guitar.
Yeah.
I got to play that one too.
Yep.
Daryl and I are friends. I know he's loving that guitar.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's talk about the woods we did on this one. What we did here, this is Addy, right?
Yes. Yep.
So-
More of that Carolina
Okay.
spruce. Yeah.
Okay.
Just like I used on yours.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Tell them about that. It was harvested.
It was harvested in Maggie Valley, just about 30 minutes from where I live in my shop, which is really cool. Red spruce is kind of hard to come by around here, but yeah, John Arnold found a tree there in Maggie Valley many years ago, and just wasn't quite big enough to harvest then, but he waited like 20, 25 years, went
Great.
back, and it had grown big enough to harvest, and so yeah.
Awesome.
Yep, he and a couple of friends of his harvested it, and yeah, this is one of those tops.
Great.
Yep.
So John Arnold, of course, the great luthier many people know about, and he's now been supplying spruce and such to other luthiers, and so here we go, Carolina red spruce. Red spruce it's a kind of an obvious choice for a baritone guitar because you want something strong. And also clear. Clarity is a thing. When you're going this low, B flat, I tune mine often to A, and you need the bass to hold up and be clear and not get too muddy. So, and again, these are all just decisions I made from playing baritones over the years. I played a ton of Lance McCollum's baritones, which he was one of the most prolific makers. I think he made 35 or so baritones, which is a lot in one career. Most custom makers, if they make any, they make a handful over their whole career. So that's the top. This one has bevels on the top and the back, which I'll show you in a moment. But that's, again, you got a big body here, so that really makes it comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful and really nice work, really nicely done. I like it. This is about the perfect size for me for bevels. Not too big where it becomes a draw to the eye, but it's super comfortable.
Yep.
I love the bridge you came up with on these. The shape and the carving is really nice.
Thanks.
And then Ken's rosette is always really beautiful. A lot of details that people don't appreciate, right? Like, how long does it take to make a rosette like that?
That one takes start to finish a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yep.
So a couple of days to make
Couple
that
of solid days in the shop.
that one part, right? A lot of people think it's easy, but it's not. And of course, we did a little inlay on this one here. It's very beautiful.
Little Celtic knot.
Celtic knot, yep. And then the Mountain Song headstock. Godot 510s.
Yep.
And then mahogany neck. And you have a regular two-way truss rod. Or-
Yeah, it's the Blanchard, two-way.
Yep.
Best truss rod on the market.
There you go. And then Padauk. So this is the key feature of this model. The Paul Heumiller Signature we're talking about. And I totally got this idea from Lance McCullum after playing several baritones made by him in Padauk. And what I heard, every one of those I played, there was a clarity, especially in the low end. Like this song I just played, it's an original song of mine. We're in standard tuning at B, but I'm going down to the first fret quite a bit. So that's a pretty low note, and it still stays clear and walking up the bass line. So it's just something about Padauk. There's a dryness to it and a real clarity in the bass. Would you agree?
Definitely. Yeah, it's got kind of the glassiness of rosewood, but I think maybe a little, maybe just a touch brighter.
Yeah. And really hard to find, right? The Padauk.
I've got my sources.
Where? No, we won't ask you where. And then on the back here, while we're here, I want to show you the rib rest, of course. So I always say it makes a big acoustic guitar feel like a Stratocaster, right? Because I came out playing Strat, so I love those curves on your body and your arm. And just really beautiful. And Padauk starts out very red, and then later in life it might get a little bit more brownish, but it always stays beautiful, and of course the sound always remains the same.
Which I love the look of it once it does kind of start to go brown a little bit.
Sure. What pickup you got in here?
It's a good old K&K Pure Mini.
K&K, yep.
Yep.
I really like passive pickups that are simple, no batteries or anything inside, and then do everything with a really good outboard preamp. So just a side note again, but outboard preamps are much more serious pieces of gear, and you can replace them. So it's really simple and easy. Well, great. Ken, while I got you, what else you got cooking at the shop? What else you working on?
Well, yeah, this is the fourth of 4 commissions that I've been doing kind of over the last year. And so now I just kind of have to reset and get my head back you know, back working on these couple of guitars I've got, sort of on the back burner, but they're now on the front burner.
Yeah,
I got another baritone coming up. It's not a fan fret, but it's my full jumbo size, so it's just slightly bigger body than this one.
Okay.
It's
What's the width on this
across.
one?
This one's about 16 and a half, I believe.
Okay.
Maybe 16 and 3/4.
Okay.
So this other one's just slightly bigger.
Cool. And then years ago, I sat and played a bunch of guitars with Tony McManus in the shop, and we were playing baritones. Tony loves baritones, and we were talking about body size, and there were some people around us, and somebody was asking, like, can't you do that on an OM or something? And Tony's like, Tony didn't even answer. He just went, you can't do that on an OM. Like, the bigger is better for baritone. I really think a jumbo body works the best. I've tried. I've ordered my own baritones from other makers in OM shapes and 4/0 shapes, thinking I could find a smaller body that really worked. But you really got to go with the wider bout, get that bass response and energy.
Definitely.
And then doing it with the bevels and such works great.
Yep.
And again, I don't play like this at home. I use straps on every one of my guitars. So this is my position when I'm playing a big guitar. So the big guitar isn't that big when it's here. All right. So get off the right leg, y'all, and get into straps and put the guitar in the middle. And just about any size guitar can be played really comfortable and take care of your back at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, this is really exciting, Ken. I'm just honored that you're willing to do one based on my specs and put my name on a Mountain Song guitar.
Absolutely, I'm the one that's honored.
No, it's great. We've been friends a long, long time, and Ken also heads our repair shop, so he does all the repairs on everything we sell. And if you ever need anything, you just call us up. We'll put you in touch with Ken, and he can do anything from small repair to rebuilding old Martins like we're doing right now.
Definitely, some of our favorite jobs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So once again, this is the Mountain Song Baritone Paul Heumiller Signature Edition. This one, you can call us and talk about it right now, or you can commission one for the future, and we'll get Ken busy for you. So thank you, brother.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.